Here's BEBE, and we are seeing this starting to go through some sell-off here from the initial swing. We started seeing some divergence on that. It was my hope we were going to start to see this continue to drive higher. We were looking at, I think, some potential for some support there. I gave it a little bit of time as it started to close there, and then we just saw the follow through today. I was a little concerned about that. I was hoping that we would see, depending on how the sales was embraced an improvement there, but that didn't happen. You could see a pretty good decline here, around 5, almost 6%. I don't, normally I like to keep the stops around 10%. That's usually what I try to do. Sometimes I'll put a stop a little closer or a little further back, depending. But I usually like to keep it around there. And if I think it may get taken out, I usually will take the trade out, even though it could reverse on me, and a lot of times that does happen. I think sometimes it's better, in my opinion, if I'm not very comfortable with, or I think there could be a continued move to take out the normal stop that I would be looking at here. I'd rather cut it in half here and then get taken out, and then it bounces back or whatever, and or we take a bigger loss as opposed to a smaller loss. I would rather do that as opposed to just letting my stop get taken out. I mean, that's up to a lot of people, what they want to do. You can keep your stops as you would like. I normally kind of do that, like a mental 10%. A lot of times I'll do one, depending upon. A lot of times what we use here is the stops, which is the average true range on the action using the alchemy system, and that's really helpful. But you could see on this that it's been activated to the short side, and even as well as on the 60 minutes. So we started seeing some reversals there. Now we are at a 50% retracement level, but the next swing high where we have some support is this 270. So before we would really see, we're right at this 278, which is the 50-day moving average. I felt we could possibly see maybe a little bit of a bounce. If we get the bounce, then we can come back, maybe into the at the 293 range, and that kind of be close enough for us here. But I don't want to get caught too far in a correction action. As you could see clearly, there's divergence from the prior swing. We wasn't able to really kind of make that break higher here, and it's coming back into the 50. Now, when I look at it on the daily, it had a very nice initial move here. We started seeing this really come back, but then we saw this doji type of star here where it really had some difficulties trying to rally back, and since then really hasn't taken off too dramatically. Now, what concerns me, especially with these kind of situations, is they've been in a downtrend, and we're trying to catch the bounce and the change in trend. It can pull back, but you don't want to wait too long in those, because that can really get very negative if you wait too long, and now you're caught in a bigger loss. We were trying to play for this for keep that momentum up, and basically I think if it can kind of hold, for those that want to stay long, because their stop is maybe a little more than a 10%, that should try to hold this 270 level. If it really starts to break that, say 268, 267, I think you'd see a deeper decline, probably to around this 250 or 245 level. Very likely would probably come back to the moving average right here. So that is my initial concern. I think we could try to play this bounce just to kind of flatten it out a little bit here. It seems like it's weakening pretty substantial from where we initiated. It's down about 40 cents, so I don't want to let it go too far out of the swing here.